Hello Deb. Just finished watching your video and great work. Really not too many notes, which is always a good sign. Good job noticing that you need to prompt the eyes more. That's always kind of my go-to. I remind parents or mentees, if they're mispoking, it's usually because their eyes are not anywhere near the board. And then on the other hand, most of them have like the most ridiculous peripheral vision, but I still always say like, hey, I know you can see this, but I need to see your eyes there. And yep, I love the regulation goal. You can always do some gross motor activities like chair squats or wall push-ups or lift the knees or modified jumping jacks, all sorts of stuff. And cognitive growth, slowly transition to 26 is good. And before you do some semi-tight, get comfortable on the 26 with minimal prompts with greens and oranges. And then I usually say to answer a green or orange in a complete sentence, and that kind of helps bridge that semi-opens to tight semi-open gap. And yeah, I didn't see too much of the shirt or glasses or hands, but that's part of the job. And I'll typically say, if you can, have the speller in a chair with normal legs, and then I have a rolling chair, and you just become a little bit faster with rolling away if you see an impulsive arm reaching at you. But yeah, for the most part, try and just ignore it, slowly prompt their hands down or release their fingers and just act like it's no big deal. And yeah, always keep reading, even if they're clapping, dancing, screaming, humming. Listening doesn't have a look is one of the big things we say, and the majority of these spellers have supersonic hearing. So when I worked at a school, at one point we had 10 kids that were stimming or listening to music in the background or doing whatever, and a teacher lecturing, and everyone got all the information. So always don't be worried about that. Sometimes helping with the grabbing at hands or clothes, you can try giving him a fidget to keep in his hands, or just hand on your lap, reminders. And yeah, the grabbing, sometimes too, they're just kind of looking for that input. So I might say, hey, let me give you some hand squeezes. I've got a really cool finger massager. If you text me, I can send you the link to that I've had a lot of clients react well for. And really your best friend will be that rolling chair, in hopes of you just being able to get away and not even let him make that contact. And for my notes, just great tone, great prompting. When he is spelling, remember, you just have to say last letter and not like, okay, we have D, E, C, E, M, next letter. Just say, all right, last letter was M, then go. Good job knowing to do green after successful spells, because those spells are just for warm-up at the very beginning of the session. And this just happens to everyone. They repeat themselves a lot without even meaning to, or sometimes they say no or wrong letter. But instead of saying like, all right, remember we're spelling so-and-so, just, reset that board, think of more initiation prompts, first letter, I know you got it, go. And I always like putting the boards on the table. Takes a little more time to get used to maneuver, but with that, you have that left hand free to either gesturally prompt, Also, maybe do a little bit of blocking as needed. And yeah, great job. Let me know if you have questions.